I'm just going to run through what comes in the kit and we'll show you a couple of very handy things that you can do with these brushes. Now these kits come complete, you need the whole thing, and this is what you get. You get your 3 brushes, you get the large, you get the medium, and you get the small one here. Now you just saw the little one. This one's also great for anything fiddly like getting around the pipes on the walls or into louver doors and windows. You could even get between the fence palings with this little one if you want to. Now you get 2 trays and 2 rollers for loading the paint. Now both of these rollers come apart to make cleaning easy, so your first job at home is just to line up those 2 halves and press them together. Now the big wheel, that goes in the big tray, and that's for your water-based paints and all the big jobs around the house. The smaller wheel, this goes in a smaller tray, and you'll use that for oil-based paints and also for smaller odd jobs as well. Then you just separate these 2 trays with a sharp knife or a hacksaw blade. That way you can have 2 people working independently. Now there's a few things that we always get asked about this system, so we'll answer them for you straight away. Number 1 is, can you remove the extension clip? And the answer is yes, but not by using force. This has got a safety lock in it, so it doesn't come out when you're working above your head. So you'll need to get yourself something flat like a screwdriver. Now where you see these square windows on the front there, it's just a gentle twist under both of those and that clip will pop straight out. It leaves you with a comfortable hand grip to work with, but remember folks, when it gets too high you don't need to get the ladder out. When it gets too low, don't bend over, put the extension clip back in, you can work on the pole and stand with a nice straight back. Now another question that we get a lot is there an easier way to paint this stuff? Cornice work. We find it quite difficult because of that curved shape. Most of us leave brush marks in there. Now when you want to paint your cornice work at home, you grab yourself the middle-sized brush in the kit. Where you see that white part there, that's actually the back of the pad. If you give that a firm push, the pad will come out. Take it right out, turn it 90 degrees, it's slightly too long. It's been made like that to be bent in the middle, pop back under those clips, giving you the world's only cornice brush. You'll paint that cornice as fast as you can move your arm and get perfect results because you're only using the tips of the bristles. If you've got a larger cornice than this, you just overlap the strokes. If you've got a tighter cornice than this one, you can drop that paint down to the next notch. That's a perfect fit for tighter cornices and also for odd shapes, timber mouldings and all those sorts of things. Now for very deep mouldings in doors or odd shapes in furniture legs, you can drop that pad down 1 more notch and you can even fit into odd shapes like this as well. Now, a little bit about the cleaning while I've got your attention, because that's very important to the life of the pads. The pads are about 85% self-cleaning anyway, and they're just like a normal paintbrush. So your water-based paints, water obviously, but warm water is far more effective than cold. So get yourself a shallow bucket of warm water, just pop that pad out, drop it into the bucket, and these will flow. Leave them to soak for about 20 minutes. These bristles will open up, letting go of most of that paint. Then all you have to do is flush this pad out with some warm clean water till it runs clean, and that's ready to go again. Now if you've been working with an oil-based paint, then you'll just need a shallow tray like a takeaway container or something like that. You put ½ inch of turps into the tray, put that pad in, give it a good squeeze, and then leave it to sit and soak for around 5 to 10 minutes. Then start to work that turps right through the pad. Make sure you change your turps a couple of times and work it right through that pad. Then give it a thorough rinse out with warm soapy water, and that's ready to go again as well. How long will this kit last? This kit will do the average 3-bedroom house, inside and outside, from top to bottom, on every surface, at least 2 coats of paint. And you'll get more and more out of it the better you get. But the only part of this kit that you'll ever need to replace are just these pads. And $24.95 buys you a full set of 3. That's 1 for each of these brushes. It's cheaper these days than a half-decent brush from the hardware store, and they're available anytime you want them. With every kit, you'll find a mail order form so you can keep in touch with us at our warehouse.